Well, that was part of our pivot that we made as well. When we were trying to push down this PLG path, our deal size, like the actual customer size, was quite small.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking $7,000 kind of deal sizes.
Mm.
That that's that doesn't really equate to enterprise type customers, right? So at that stage, we were very much trying to go after the smaller mid market. Once we made the pivot to enterprise sales, and that has more of a consulting sales methodology behind it, then our deal sizes have much more zeros after them now,
Mm-hmm.
and that by virtue of that type of customer now means that many of our customers are global 2000s. In fact, Fortune 500s or even Fortune 200s. Um, so yes, there's been a change when we accepted that we will sell the way the market wants to buy. Then the market followed suit, and we started selling at a ticket value that is aligns with the type of company using the software.
Yeah, it also sounds a little bit, Neil, like you were stuck in that famous dead zone that Jeffrey Moore refers to, right? Like if you take the proverbially $1 million, the $100 million revenue that you need to get to for an IPO classically. And he's like, well, you can get like 100 customers of $1 million, or you can get 1 million customers of $100. But the
100%.
worst is 10,000 of 10,000 because that that
We,
doesn't scale, right?
we absolutely were in the middle. We were absolutely in the middle, and yes, I actually saw a beautiful graph that showed you in that dead zone, and it was like, do not be here. And I'm like, we're exactly there. We aren't selling hundreds of dollars of software. We're not selling hundreds of thousands of dollars of software. We're somewhere in the middle, and it's like, man, this is all too hard. And we had customers wanting to spend $7,000, and yet we're still forcing us to go through supplier onboarding and all these assessments. And it was like, this makes no sense. It's that the cost to service that sale is just way too high for the money being charged. So,
Yeah, I'm sure you, our listeners will forgive us if I refer to that famous chart as the Jeffrey Moore Boop chart, right? That's probably the one you mentioned, right?
exactly the one. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, two zones of success, but don't be in the middle, as with so many things in strategy, right? Neil, that must have meant you had to change your sales and marketing organization, different kinds of skill sets, different kinds of people, or did you all do it yourself?
No, so I tried to get out of founder led sales early,
Mhm.
probably too early. If I'm being honest, and in fact, in the book, I actually said that I did get out too early. That means that I kind of lost touch a little bit with the market. Um, but yes, when we hired a bunch of salespeople, they were simply sales professionals to transact. Um, and we were investing all our money in an e-commerce engine and website transaction engine. And yes, when we made the pivot, I
Mhm.
decided no salespeople. So the people who service our inbound customer inquiry are actually engineers. So it's an engineering centered sale now. You're not talking to a salesperson who's trying to do budget, authority, need, and timeline. You're talking to an engineer that says, "How can I help you?" And so they understand exactly what the customer's doing because most of our engineers were our customer at one stage in their career. So it works really, really well. And marketing is now very much focused on helping answering the enterprise problems like enterprise reference architectures, use
Mhm.
cases, operational complications that companies need to consider. So, marketing is very much now focused on answering those questions as opposed to website engines. So that's, yes, it was a very different approach. Even things down to customer success. We went from like a PLG success team to more of an enterprise account management success team.
Okay. So is this very related to what companies like Palantir do with their forward deployed engineers, or do you not have your engineers go out to customers to implement your software?
Our software is really intuitive. If you
Mm.
can't implement our software in the time it takes for you to make a cup of coffee, something's gone pretty wrong. So no, we don't necessarily need to do
No
on-site
need for that. Yeah.
installation assistance, but we do have the pre-sales engineers, the sales team over their engineers, they actually remain engaged with our customers through the life cycle. So when we get this inbound inquiry, hey, we're interested in Portainer, come talk to us. The engineer has a conversation. That engineer remains engaged with that customer throughout the life of that customer. So they are deeply motivated to get a good understanding of what the customer is trying to achieve. Make sure there's no shelfware. Make sure that we are fit for purpose, and then if not, it's their problem post sale to make sure that the product actually works. So that's a very, very deep, enduring relationship with the enterprise customers.